Choosing between two BMW cars is the ultimate test of financial knowledge, and you can easily make the wrong decision if you don't have the proper knowledge about their vehicles. The M3 is one of BMW's golden cars in terms of performance and luxury, and it's one of their most sought-after vehicles in their collection. But what if I told you a little secret to making the best financial decision ever? I mean, you can get 90% of the M3's performance and also save $15,000 while you're at that. Well, the M340i is the secret treasure in BMW's ranks, and we will be discussing why it might just be the smarter buy for most people. We'll be talking about the performance specs, the overship costs, comparing the prices between the two, luxury and which one you should buy. It's going to be a full-blown out comparison, so you won't want to miss it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Now let's get into it. So diving straight into it, let's talk about the performance of both cars and how they go head-to-head with each other. For starters, you should know that the M3 is one of BMW's golden cars for a reason, and the plain truth is that it performs better than most of their vehicles. Being completely honest, the M3 is a beast of a car, and there's absolutely no doubt about that. What makes it so good? Well, it's obvious. The M3 uses the S58 3.0-liter twin-turbo inline-6 engine that churns out about 473 horsepower, and that's for the regular M3. The M3 competition sedan has the option of X-Drive all-wheel drive, and it pushes the ride to produce a blistering 503 horsepower and go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just as little as 3.4 seconds. So you can just tell that the M3 in general is an absolute bullet that'll thrive on any track. It also has the adaptive M suspension system that helps with control and precision. Now let's take a look at the M340i. Although it doesn't perform as well as the M3, it's not a lazy car in any way. It is powered by BMW's B58 3.0-liter single-turbo inline-6 engine that produces a heavy amount of 382 horsepower and also 369 pound-feet of torque. And that's only if you're going regular. If you decided to use the mild hybrid system, you're going to get an additional 11 horsepower and get a total of 386 horsepower. When it is joined with the 8-speed ZF automatic and also the optional X-Drive systems, it can go as fast as 0 to 60 miles per hour in as little as 4.1 seconds, and that's just 0.7 seconds slower than the M3 competition X-Drive. But in good conditions, the M340i can go toe-to-toe with the M3 in a race. That just shows how fast it can go in optimal conditions. You can blame that on the fact that the M340i uses the B58, a gem of an engine that is responsive, produces a good amount of torque, and also barely ever lags. It might not have the attraction and scream of the M3, but in terms of casual street driving, the M340i is actually more than enough. The M3's S58 engine is basically a modified version of the B58, with twin turbos and a M-specific tuning system that produces higher revs and better control. On a more complex road, the M3 has an edge, but the adaptive M suspension system on the M340i doesn't keep it far behind. Now that we've spoken about the performance, let's move on and talk about the daily experience you'd get from both cars. Starting off with the M3, it is a very raw car, and we can say it's basically a rock star. It's intense, and even when it is placed in comfort mode, the suspension system is usually always very stiff. The cabin is also very loud, and some people might love the attention that comes with a loud car like this, but truth be told, it can get tiring during long commutes. The exhaust is as fierce as a lion, and the seats in the car are as firm as you can think, so you can just describe the M3 as an absolute beast. The M340i, on the other hand, is easily more refined. The adaptive M suspension system gives the vehicle an amazing balance of performance and an overall good driving performance. When it is placed in comfort mode, it absorbs shocks that come from bumps better than the M3, so you can say it's better for casual driving. The cabin is also quieter, and the engine also makes less noise. So in general, the M340i is a more reserved car. The seats on the M340i are also more cushioned, so you can enjoy long rides more comfortably, and the exhaust is also really sporty, but in a subtle way, so you can fly as fast as possible but still stay low-key about it. So comparing both, what I can say is that the M3 is the cool big brother who lives on the edge, but the M340i is the calmer younger brother who still has a lot up his sleeve. If you're looking for more comfy casual city driving, then the M340i wins that round as it has lighter steering and also a more convenient stop-start system which makes driving in traffic simpler. The M3, on the other hand, is more cumbersome and has heavier steering with a jerky auto start and stop system, so when it comes to daily drive comfort, the M340i is more ideal. So let's touch on one of the most exciting parts: the price of the two vehicles. This is basically one of the most important factors when choosing which car you'd go for, and it can easily make or break your decision towards both vehicles. So for the M340i, you can see the 2025 version with full specs for around $61,600, while you can get an M3 for around $76,000, and that's basically an approximated difference of $15,000. While you can get the M3 competition with full specs from $90,000 or more, depending on your dealer and specs you are adding to it. So you can see that the difference between them is from $15,000 to $25,000, depending on the additional options and trim. One advantage that the M340i has is the fact that most of their newer models often get discounts from their dealers, which is really cool, especially when the M3 rarely sees discounts on their original prices. Apart from that, the cost of insurance also favor the M340i as well. Since it has a lower MSRP and a less rowdy profile, it gets cheaper premiums. Depending on your driving record and location, you can get between $200 to $400 less per year. The amount you purchase the M340i will also save you more money paid in taxes, as the taxes are determined by the base price. Maintenance costs are also cheaper with the M340i, as it is more reserved than the M3. So yeah, you can basically say that you will spend a whole lot less with the M340i. But at the same time, because of its starting price, you will be losing less cash with the M340i if there is ever depreciation. If you are also looking at financing payment plans or looking to lease, you can get a way cheaper price of about $900 compared to $1,200 for an M3. So there is more room for your budget to attend to other demands. So in summary, the M340i wins this round. It's a clear and obvious winner, as you will be paying a way cheaper price to get a car that gives almost the same performance. Coming up next in our debate is the part of the vehicles that attracts every car lover, the luxury and technology that comes with both cars. Being simple and straightforward, one thing I can tell you is that both cars are stacked with the best technology, and here is where the M340i is in its true element. The newest versions of the M340i share some of the same exciting tech, including the Live Cockpit Professional system, a 14.9-inch infotainment touchscreen, and a 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster that uses iDrive 8.5. You also get the wireless Apple CarPlay system, and also Android Auto. There is also the head-up display and the My BMW application to monitor your vehicle. The M340i has a premium Harman Kardon sound system, which is as good as the sound system in the M3, so both cars basically feel like an indoor concert when driving. But the M3 has its own personal touches which make it more attractive. For example, it comes with optional M-Carbon bucket seats, tricolor stitching, and also a cool Alcantara steering wheel, which is just an amazing feature for a calm vibe. The M340i has M Sport seats, which are really comfortable and can be easily adjustable. If you want, you can also give it an Alcantara setting to get the similar vibe to the M3. So basically, both vehicles are stacked and filled with different technology, and they both come with amazing tech. but most of the attractive tech features on the M3 are optional, so you have to, most times, pay an extra price to get them. I mean, if you're a lover of tech and okay with paying for it, then the M3 is better. But if you're working with more of a budget and looking at your wallet, then the M340i is more of a steal. One thing about BMW cars is that they can easily make the most eye-catching car ever, and at the same time make a completely plain car. The M3 is an absolute diva, it just stands out. I mean, it has wide fenders, a massive grille and quad exhaust tips. It just screams performance and attracts so much attention, while the M340i is the sleeper between the two. It has a slimmer body, a more subtle appearance, and you won't know how well it performs until you drive one yourself. Basically, it's sporty, and at the same time very low-key. So it depends on your favorite. Do you like loud cars that shine and attract attention, or do you prefer calm and quiet cars that fire under the radar? That's left to you. So which should you buy? Well, if you're a person that lives on the edge, then the M3 is perfect for you. But if you prefer a more quiet and less attention-seeking car, then the M340i is the one. Both cars offer good performance, but in terms of pricing, the M340i is the better option financially. Did you enjoy this breakdown? If you did, then leave us a like, don't forget to subscribe also, and remember to tune into more videos. We have more exciting videos coming up, so press that bell button so you won't miss out.